was like, oh,
dear, telling me with these stories of war wounds from Thursday night. And that's what we're here about, to talk about the wounds of last week, PC. There's a few out there.
There's a few wounds, across the grades, and a couple of teams who may have thought they were going to be playing a grand final this week, they were not. So
that are not. Now, look, of course, welcome viewers, welcome one and all to each and every one of you, wherever you may be. You're here with me, Noelzy Johnston, and the man himself, Dave PZ Peace, for the Perth Swan Cricket Association midweek show, and it's the grand final edition, PZ.
Grand final, definitely. This is what we all play for, to hopefully make the grand final, and some lucky teams. I think it's 12 teams, or no, 12,
14,
sorry, 20, 24 teams.
24 started.
Yeah, 24. 24 clubs, 14 clubs still remain, going for a bit of premiership glory. So, good luck to everyone out there. But we'll go through last week's games, and we'll have a bit of preview next week or this weekend's game. So,
look, plenty of stuff to get through, viewers, and we can see you all flooding in there now. Great to have you with us. Unfortunately, due to popular demand from PZ and I, we had to get rid of Ryan. He was too good looking and knew too much. So, Ryan, thanks for joining us last week. Did a great job, I thought.
I thought he was really good. Knew his stats, definitely. As you see, he's known as My Cricket up at Mundaring, and he definitely knew some of the stats that he pulled out. But he was enthusiastic, and I thought he was great last week. So after he got past his nerves at the start, so he was really good.
Great work there for Ryan. And if anyone wants to join me in the broadcast van this weekend, unfortunately, the two commentators I had lined up, both unavailable. Oh. So, well, if you're free and your team's not playing, or got a team in because some are going to watch their clubs, PZ.
You could even, again, you're going to be up at Les Moody there, Ray Owen, for Carlisle. So even if maybe you get someone to come in the box from one from Les Moody, one from Carlisle during the day, that would be work.
Yeah. We'll work on that. Yeah. But, of course, all of this is only possible thanks to our broadcast sponsors as they scroll across the bottom there, Mike Ash and Lisa Ash at Vision Decor. For all your blind curtain and awning needs, see the team at Vision Decor. And just today, PZ, I've signed off on the merch from our other sponsor, ID Athletic. Just gave a big tick. So
good stuff.
ID Athletic can not only help us, but can help you and your club build your identity. Thanks to our sponsors for their support, PZ, and of course, plenty across the association as well.
ID Athletic does a very good job. So.
All right, now let's get into it, viewers, because one of the other things about Ryan, people tell me I talk a lot. We went more than 15 minutes overtime last week. He loves a chat.
He did love a chat. We're nearly here for 2 hours, I think, last week. So hopefully tonight, again, we want to talk cricket, but we also don't want to be here until midnight. So we'll get through it. But
and Sharpie online already. So just like Peter Sharp, the man at Coolbinia West Perth, who came and joined us in the box briefly last week. If you've got a comment, drop them in there. Milestones, achievements, plenty to get through. But before we look at Perth Swan, let's just kick off with some success for the Glen Forest women's team, mate. Taking out the, what is it? The
Perth Scorchers Women's League. Yeah. Or I think that's how.
Taking out the title over Swan Valley last week. So congratulations. Thanks to Kayleen and everyone who's told me. I've had at least a dozen people tell me about the Glen Forest ladies.
Yeah, Glen Forest first year in the competition. I remember talking to Wade probably about halfway through the footy break, and he was going, we're thinking about putting a women's team. How's it going to go? I said, the best thing you can do at your club, get some ladies involved. They went there and got a good bunch of ladies who could all play a bit of cricket, and I think they really enjoyed it. I've watched them play a couple of times. They seem to really enjoy the game. And, well done to the Glen Forest ladies for getting the win there in their first ever season. So, well done.
Fantastic achievement. And what I did notice, because I had that many people talking to me about it, I actually had a look at the match results. And they're very generous. They all retire so that they can each get their bat.
Yeah, they play. So, in the women's league, there's two different types of divisions. So, there's Division 1, which is less rules, so you can have 50 balls, you can bowl a bit more, not everyone has to bowl. And then there's the grade where all the rest of the clubs, there's three divisions, which is Glen Forest played in this year, and they've been their first year. And I think everyone retires at 25 balls, 25 legitimate balls. That has to be, not no wides and no balls. and then they can always come back in if it gets through the whole order. Everyone has to bowl. I think you can bowl 3 overs or 1 to 3 overs. But it's a good concept to get into. But I'm guessing probably both those teams will be looking for maybe a bit more of a challenge, and they might go up to that next grade and get to the 50 balls and
all that
so
stuff.
forth.
Well, well done, as we say, to Glen Forrest, and well done to all the teams still, as you mentioned, Peasy. 24 started last week, just 14 left this week. Les Murdy, Masnod, Coolbinia, West Perth and Carlisle, the only teams with 3 out of 4 teams left this week, or in Carlisle's case, 3 out of 3, and they're in the local loan company first grade. We'll talk about it in a moment. But look, mate, the story has to be SKLP. 4 sides in. I'm sorry, boys. I'm going to call it as we see it. SKLP, 4 sides in. If you don't mind, 4 sides out.
Yeah, so, and they would have gone in, favourites probably in the D grade. I think they finished second there, had a home final, so they would be disappointed there. Third grade, they had a big task ahead of them. H grade probably thought they were 50-50 in first grade. We will talk about it shortly, but they were in the box seat. They were in the box seat there to win that game, only a couple of wickets down. Didn't have to score many runs and over, but Les Moody showed a lot of experience, got them in. So SKLP, I'm pretty sure when their third grade left our ground on Saturday, they weren't even going to go up to Rayon. They thought the game was all done and dusted. They were playing in the grand final, but Les Moody showed the way, and that's why Les Moody's been one of the premier clubs the last 10 or the last decade, probably. So,
as you said, Peasy, we'll come to that in a moment. The only other notable sort of conversations there, we spoke about them last week. Yokai and Pilbara in the C grade there, straight out after being undefeated 2 weeks before the finals.
Yeah, they lost 3 in a row. Hadn't lost a game, lost 3 in a row. A bit disappointing for them. But again, they'll bounce back. I think their club's going in the right direction down there at Yokai and Pilbara, so really well done to them. I think 2 other notes here, Belmont and Middle Swan only have 2 sides, and both teams are in grand final, so well done to both those clubs, and good luck to 3 of the 4 teams, hopefully, because I've got to play against one this weekend. So,
look, plenty of action. Let's get into it because it is, we can see some comments there. Ryan just taking a bit of the line. Joe Zammett, g'day to Joey from Padisham.
Is your name Lindsay now?
Well, I'm going with Lindsay. And Matt Dacey.
Lindsay Johnson.
Yeah, well, that's okay. Well, there's a name from the past.
Yeah.
Matt Dacey as well. Where's the special guest? We're saving them for next week in our grand final wrap-up season edition of the Midweek Show, Matt. So let's get into it, Peasy, and we'll kick off with Les Murdy Masnod taking on SKLP.
Yeah, so as we said, Les Murdy on the first day, they batted first, made 188. Jeff Mann and Matt Dacey going off to a good start there. Matt was out for 27 off 63 balls. And Jeff Mann what Jeff Mann does. He got 46 off 171 deliveries, holding up one end. And it looked at one stage they weren't going to get a great score there. Mahal bowled really well, 4 for 42, and Pachani 3 for 25. But then Ben Kerr came in and just got them to a reasonable score, 24 or 25 balls, just to get up to 188, which is not a bad score. Again, I'm sure they would have liked a few more.
Well, see, I think that score was helped because SKLP, I talk about it every week. If you donate runs, you make it harder for yourself. And they basically gave the Les Murdy Masnod side the second highest batting score because Sundry is 29 there. Yeah, so not great. Yeah, second top scorer, as I said, Joe Sundries. And then SKLP were cruising. Big Kush Kasani, he had 81. And I think they were 2 down, 3 down for about 140, 150. We're still with plenty of overs to go, 15 overs to go. And Les Moody really put the brakes on. And it was Matt Dacey, again, talking about Matt, who came on to bowl and snared a couple of wickets and got it started 7 overs, 2 for 15. And the pick of the bowlers was Daniel Shoesmith. He got 5 for 24 off his 16. So well done there to Les Moody. And a bit unlucky there for SKLP. But as you said, they gave more extras away. They were in the box seat. And there's to lose, and they took that option. All right, in the other match,
Ooh.
Swanview, I'll do this one because I know it's painful for you,
It was a
mate.
little bit painful when I was watching this.
Carlisle, 9 for 224 off their 70 overs. Swanview couldn't even get 70, all out for 68 off just 41.3 overs there, mate.
Yeah, so Carlisle probably showed a little bit how two-day cricket's played. They Swanview probably took the bait from Carlisle. So Carlisle named a player who was never going to bowl as their 11A.
Oh.
So Swanview thought we'll bowl first, so that guy doesn't bowl. But not knowing that he was not going to bowl anyway. But Swanview bowled first. So one, probably that's a bit disappointing. You normally win the toss, get some runs on the board, and you win. Carlisle, we're going very slow. They were, only like 60 runs off 30 overs, or not even that.
Hang on. I've just got to get this in now. Carlisle, you're on notice. You do that on this weekend, and I might be mentioning that.
Yeah, so they started slow. Swanview got a few wickets and thought, we're in a real good position here. Sachin got 4 for 34 of his 18 overs, but then Rowan Campbell came to the wicket with Joel Shaw, and they turned the game around and got Carlisle right on top. Rowan Campbell didn't play 2 years ago. Last year came back and played, but since Christmas really hit some form with the bat. He hit 70 off 99 on the weekend. He's a very classy left-hand batsman, batted really well. And Joel Shaw, he's been pretty consistent as well since Christmas, and he got 54 off 60. They posted 224, and that was Swanview. Then had a couple of issues. One of the players having to leave early, so that changed the order. Not a great thing. So not a great weekend there for Swanview. All over 68. So
Aaron Dean, the best for your boys with 15 off 31 at 7, and that indicates how low you were down there.
Yeah.
Just 3 players with more than 10. Big shout out to Jimmy Musker coming in 13 off 62 there. But having a look, we asked for comments, viewers, and I don't know, you didn't mention him. He's recognised as one of the elite of the Perth Swan Cricket Association.
Shep.
And Carlisle, several people at Carlisle, we won't mention names, but have said, can we spend the whole show just talking about Shep? Well, if he performs this weekend, we'll give him at least 5 minutes next week.
You might, if he bats 70 overs, you'll talk about him the whole inning. So
yeah,
that's
challenge up to you guys.
So.
All right, 5 bowlers each with 2 for Carlisle. McKay with 2 for 10. Thomason 2 for 6 off 5. An impressive effort there. Stevens 2 for 5 off 5. Golding 2 for 21 off 5. And Will Kiley, he's been in some good form with the bowling. 2 for 10 off 6.5 overs there. So look, this week there's Moody Mazenod v Carlisle. You're out, or your club's out. Umpires, actually, I've got to remember, give the umpires a shout out.
Some love.
Share the love this weekend. Neil Worsley and Peter Dane in charge of this one.
Hopefully, Weasel doesn't have barley belly. He flies in on Saturday morning. So, we'll see how
make it entertaining for the crowd.
See how he's going there. But big game this week. Les Moody Carlisle, as we said, Les Moody's been the team the last 7 years or 8 years. I can't remember how many times they've won now. They've been so dominant. Got some good players. Jeff Mann would normally do his normal thing at the top of the order. Dave Kelly has had a great year, 750 runs. We then move into the Carlisle side. As we said, they've got Shep at the top of the order. He's been batting really well. Rowan Campbell's hit some form. Joel Shaw's been in some form. So
Thomason can hit
very good player. Thomason with the ball and the bat. So Thomason will be dangerous with the ball with the spin. Will Kiley, as you mentioned. So
the 2 pages are in for Carlisle. So they're basically going in with an unchanged side.
They got a good side.
Confident.
Good side. I've heard there may be an injury up the hill at Les Moody, so there may be one of their players, key player in the semi-final, might have broken a finger. So he may be out. So
might have to go up the hill, get some exclusive news tomorrow night. Yes.
So
no names.
He may have made a comment in the
fair enough.
But no, I think this should be a cracker game. Carlisle's been up and about the last couple of seasons as well. So I think two strong sides, and But yeah, Les Moody, Ray Owen again. So they're hard to beat up there.
They are, and look, let's hope for all the viewers it goes to 2 days. They've had some fun with SKLP over the last couple of years. So, as you say, Carlisle in good form. I know both sides very strong. Jeff Mann, bit of rain about on the weekend.
Yeah, again, I'm hoping. See, this is the thing. I hope it's not.
Correct.
So what was this? No, all good. Just severe bruising for Matt Dacey. All right. We'll see how severe that bruising is. We'll see when the teams are named on Friday.
Well, rain.
Yeah, hopefully, I don't think there'll be any rain. And then be disappointing if Jeff's hoping for rain.
No.
I'm sure he wouldn't be. I'm sure he wants to get out there and bat his 150 balls at the start, get him off to a good start for Les Moody, and then set it up for blokes like Dave Kelly to come in at number 5 and smoke him around.
And just while you're there, Jeff, I'm sorry I picked on you the other week. I proved last week that I'm the one that talks too much. All right, mate. So, look, second grade?
Yeah, second grade.
We've got plenty going on there.
So,
as well.
we had Forestfield, who was the form team, probably coming into the finals, and had a bit of a hiccup and ended up missing out in the grand final. So, Forestfield, the team up. Probably Forestfield University since the Christmas break, both outside the 4, came flying home, finished second and third. Forestfield all out for 111. Not a great score in the final, but runs on the board. You never know in a final, but University was too good, being 4 down and past the score.
Yeah.
Some performances there. Glenn Sands 30 for Forestfield. Adam Colborne, he batted for a long time. He opened the batting 26 of 137 balls. But it was Dan Franton, 5 for 24, and Nush Sharma, 4 for 28. Good young spinner there from University, played in the Association Colts team. Great little fella. And then it was Elliot, and Elliot has been in a bit of form there for University. He hit 60 runs there, opened the batting, set him up. Colavers, or I always get that one wrong, 34. Brody Mack got the 2 for 36. Alexander, who's had a great season with the ball, got the 1 for 24 of his 13, but didn't get the breakthroughs this week. So
a bit quiet for James this week, but a good way to finish off with at least one there.
Yeah, but it's great to see the 2 teams who were promoted have made the grand final. So they went from 3rd grade and they've been promoted to seconds and both made the grand final. So
even more impressive, viewers, Belmont at this stage, without wanting to go anywhere near commentators' curse territory, have had a stellar season and look to be the only team in the entire competition with the option of going through undefeated. So not just the promotion, but winning every single game. Okay. So well done there to Belmont. Belmont v University, that one out there at Peak Park.
Yep. We're going to cover the comments there. Apparently the University captain was happy that none of us backed them to beat Forestfield, and we gave them a bit of edge. And also there Ben from University letting us know that the winning runs came off a 6, so not a bad way to finish. That bit of celebration. I'm sure the crowd would have gone big on the balcony at Forestfield there. So
well, look, I mean the reality is, as you say, 2 promoted sides, both with a relatively strong season. You'd have to go Belmont based on form, but
I think Belmont as well. I don't have to back them in, but
the runs, they've been getting the big runs. Sorry to you guys there, but the reality is they've been hitting big numbers all year.
They've got some, and we haven't gone through that game, but McCauley got 73 on the weekend. He's been hitting runs every week. You've got Taylor Device, who missed out on the weekend. He's a good bat. He had some big scores this season.
Damien Broadner is batting.
Ran a 30. Selfie, he didn't make any runs this week. Dylan Lewis, 69. Butler, 31. So a lot of players who can hit runs there. Nathan Butler got in the wickets as well. Paddy Gardner's not in there, but he gets wickets. So not that I know many of the Belmont players, but they're always performing well. Big scores, as you said, and they always get a few wickets. But University might prove us wrong again.
There you go, Uni, the challenge.
Walking home with the medallions around their neck and sitting in 1st grade next season. So that could be huge.
Fire. Well, best of luck to everyone that's in. And reality is, as you say, Uni have been pretty solid
Very so since the first 4 rounds, they have really turned up. Well, they only end up with 6 losses. I've got a feeling they're 1-3 or 0-4 to start the year. So well done to University boys.
In form there. All right, now this one we've got some conflict here, viewers. We're not going to tip because really it's going to be split decision here. Middle Swan, I'll take the top one.
Pete. Yeah, you got that one.
Middle Swan looked like they were in trouble on Saturday.
They were in some big trouble.
Big trouble.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't for the saviour, the man they now call King Jolie, Joel Hugo, Middle Swan were, I think, 6 down for about 40, 50, give or take, and I'm sure someone will correct me on that. But Joel Hugo coming in at number 9, hitting 86 off 85 balls.
Yep. Very confident young kitty. He came out of bat against us a couple of weeks ago, and he's got a good technique. He goes pretty hard at the ball. So, 80. It was unbelievable. We were looking at that score going, they're about 5 for, I think they're 5 for 15 maybe or something like that. Good. It wasn't a great start, but great work there by Joel Hugo and
Brandon Wilson.
That's it. I was going to say Brad, but Brandon Wilson. Massive partnership there, and he got him to a very defendable score of 164.
Well, it just shows, and I said at the top of the season, don't all rely on just one or two individuals. It takes a team to win, because Matt Lolly and the skipper Alex Smith both with ducks last week with us. But as always, Chetri, reliable, 3 for 51. There's a bit of fear about him out there in the competition. 3 for 51 off 17 overs there. And Chetri Kalali, 5 for 63. So a few fifers last weekend as well, Peasy.
Yeah, nice. And then Ferndale weren't in a bad position.
I was watching through my cricket.
So they were going along nicely. Achara had 49 at number 4. He got him off to a good start. And then Shah, their captain, he was going along, but then they just kept losing a wicket here. Again, the two key bowlers there, Matt Lolly and Brett Reinholzen, 3 for 35 and 4 for 50, just kept chipping away with wickets. They got right down to probably the last couple of overs, wasn't it?
It was
the last over, the second last over.
Overs, yes.
And they needed, I think they were trying to get the batsmen.
154 chasing 164.
Yeah, I think it looked like they were trying to get the batsmen back on strike, maybe with the last over to go, and a run out. So run out was that Corey Kelly got the run out to seal the win there. So well done to Middle Swan, but as you said, it was here it is. It was 1 for 103, 2 for 104, and then 105, 122, 139, 140, 147, 152. So a bit of a collapse. So both days, Ferndale probably looked on top. Middle Swan fought back, and that's what a good team does. They fight back and get into position to win. So
fantastic. Now your boys as well defeating one of the other SKLP sides.
Yeah, we won the toss and batted back exactly to plan. So since the 2 days have gone back, we've probably played the same way. Try to keep the wickets in hand till tea, and then hopefully after tea, the lower order can hit some runs with a bit less pressure on them. Michael Palmer, he's a bit of a my cricket fan. He knows all his stats. He hit a nice 83 on the weekend. He probably got to about 60, and I thought he won't be lasting much longer. He was a bit tired. But Palmer hit a nice 83 opening the batting, did a really good job. We don't have that there, but the other opener got a nice 25, and they got off to a nice start, 40 to 50 run partnership. Made it easy for the old fella to come in at number 3 and just push him around a little bit. We got off to a tea break, and then after tea, the rest of the orders kind of all chipped in and got us up to 263, which is a very good score in a final. As I said, runs on the board, put a lot of pressure on. SKRP, they lost a few early wickets, and then the game was probably over. They probably weren't going to hit 260. But Uday Kakani, he batted really well. Young fellow, bowled some very nice spin. Has a very good technique batting. He batted well. He got 39. It was definitely the best of the batters there for SKRP.
Luke Stein again, 4 for 31.
Well, that's surprised. I didn't realise I took 4 for. So well done to Sandy, well bowled, mate. And Alex Hurlbat, he's going to be a good bowler of the future. He's big guy, swings the ball, bowls at a good pace. He took 3 for 22. So well done to Alex, been pick of the bowl the last couple of weeks. So
All right, now this match is the third grade grand final, and it is between Swanview at Brown Park, with all the pressure on them at home, top of the table, minor premiers against the mighty Middle Swan. I think we're going to split our votes here.
Yeah, just a reminder of Middle Swan. It looks a bit
Here we go.
It looks a bit like a beach at the moment.
Bring your thongs.
Thongs. It looks like the beach at the moment, so a bit sandy, but hopefully hopefully that gets sorted before the weekend.
Ground fencing. You heard it here first, viewers.
No, we weren't very happy when I went into training last night, and there was a bit of sand around the pitch, so we're going to hopefully fix that up.
We'll come to Greg's comment in a moment. The umpire and Coxies as well. The umpires for this one, Fred Weston and Vino Palmer. Good luck to both of them in this final. Good to see all finals have two umpires this weekend, Easy. It's
important, I think, definitely for a grand final. You don't want to have one of those 50-50 run-outs or 50-50 decisions, and it puts a lot of pressure on one of the players. So, great to have two umpires in all games.
And just to prove we're completely neutral, Josh Cox, the Middle Swan man, congratulating Peasy and Michael for the knock on the weekend there.
Coxie's a past Swanview player, good bloke, so well done, Coxie, thank you.
Good bloke, terrible moustache though. And lots of singles, Peasy. Any truth in that? Because I saw the stats and they said you batted for 3 hours. Can't have been many fours in there.
3 hours?
Oh, nearly. I got told it felt like it.
Just over 2 hours, I think. Yeah, that included the tea break. Now, again, me and Palmer have been working on running between the wickets at training. A lot of quick sprints. Pretty much. If he gets hit, Bernie gets hit 45 metres, we're only running one. So save the energy. That's what I reckon.
Use it for the big hits there. All right, let's get on to fourth grade because we've got plenty of competition still to get through. Ferndale 8 for 251, defeating Ascot there all out for 104 off 34.2 overs. Sam Allen was 64 batting at number 3, Pearson 46, and Kenyon with 32 not out at number 9 there to give Ferndale a little bit of a boost. Unfortunately, no bowlers info, mate, other than Myers with 3.
Ferndale's been the pick of the sides in the fourth grade this year so far, and 251, as I said. Get the runs on the board in the final, a lot of pressure, lose a couple of early wickets, and I think that was the game over. A couple of regular performers there. Derek English got a couple of early breakthroughs, 2 for 16 off his 10, opened the bowling, and then Kartik Thangaraj, 7 for 50, not a bad figures in the final.
That's got to be a baggie or something. Surely.
Yeah, I'm sure Ferndale would have looked after him after the game there for those kind of figures. Ferndale now get to host the grand final, which is good for them. Some good performances there for Ferndale. And after last week, where they had a bit of a hiccup against Ellenbrook, so bounced back.
Well, they, as you say, only made 150 against Ellenbrook. But those two matches going as expected. Swanview defeating Ellenbrook, mate, quite comfortably there. The old man, you said the young man for you. Old man DC, Dave Catania, has hit some form at the right time of the year. 107 off 203 balls.
Yeah, so Dave, I'm pretty sure he batted all the way through the innings. Interesting to say, Dave's done that 9 times in his career. Batted the whole first over, all the way through the last over of the innings.
Wow.
So, and hitting another ton. I think that move. I think in career he's hit over 40, but at Swanview he's hit over 30 hundreds now. So, pretty good effort. 30 baggies. That's pretty good for him.
That's one. No.
His last 3 innings, as you said, he's hit some form. He has 68, 100, and then another 100 on the weekend. So he's going quite well. Great to see Jackie Hatton back into some form, hit 29 there. Nice little partnership, him and DC, to get them through to the tea break. And then, as I said, 252 is a lot of runs on the board. Young Mitch Adcock, he bowled well, got a couple of early wickets. He got 3 for 49. And Sean Saunders was the pick of the bowlers, 5 for 45 off 20 overs. Probably he was bowling from one end of the runs are coming from the other end. And then
this was out the back, wasn't it?
Back over the Brown Park there. So DC never hit 100 out there. He's hit 2 in a row. So well done to DCs. Ellenbrook, then as you said, only got the 130 again, chasing 252. Pretty much everything's got to go right on the day. Sean Saunders batted well. He got 41 off 56. Jason Diss 27. But it was Kirk Lyme, and Kirk Lyme has bowled well all season. He played third grade early in the year. And we just he just got squeezed out. It wasn't like he was out of form. He just we had a few younger kids who were going to play in front of Kirk, but Kirk got 4 for 23. And another young fella in that side, Greg Smith, 9 overs. So I thought they said 19 there for a minute. 9 overs, 3 for 21. So well done to Smithy, and good to see you out watching the show tonight.
Now, looking at the tips, obviously you're a Swanview man, so yours doesn't count.
I'm going to say 50-50 in this one.
That's how I felt the last bit. Ferndale, good form. Only really one win difference between the two sides. So this is about finals pressure. It doesn't matter what grade you're in. The challenge is to go out there and actually perform.
Yep.
Whether you're nervous or not, you need to just focus. Don't let the moment get to you, because you might not get another one for gosh knows how long.
Yep. Some players play their whole career never get to play in a grand final. Some other people get to be lucky. But, yeah, just go there, believe in what you've done all season. Don't try to do anything different. Don't go and have extra hits this week. You'll be too sore when you get to Saturday. Yeah. So just do what you do. Don't overthink it in your head. And hopefully the result goes your way. And talking about umpires in this game, they've got 2 very good umpires. This game is Jason Tobias, from all reports, from the Swan. He did 4th grade last week at Swan. They reckon he was the best umpire they've had in years.
Well, so well done,
Jason. And I had Steve Hindmarsh the last 2 games, and he'd be up there in the top 3 umpires I've had, and I've been playing A grade. So these 2 umpires, sensational. Steve Hindmarsh, Jason Tobias. Very lucky Ferndale and Swanview to get 2 very good umpires at 4th grade level. So well done.
Wow, congratulations to both Ferndale and Swanview for making the 4th grade grand final. And thanks to our sponsors, ID Athletic and Vision Decor, for their continued support throughout the season. All right, mate, let's get into it. One day mode, there's plenty. 8
grades.
8 grades?
8 grades, A to H, yep. So we had
bad at maths, just a reminder, kids stay in school
last week. So the two top teams, the 2 favourites, both got the wins last week. Coolbinia 160, G Singh 54, continuing with his good form. He's been batting really well. The 2 Hupping brothers, 4 for 42 for Tyler, and Zach got 2 for 20, but 160 was enough for Caversham. Dynell all out for 91, and it was singing all the way home. Jay Singh 3 for 10, I Singh 3 for 25, and A Singh 2 for 8. So well done to Caversham there, getting the win.
Big lovely Singhs right there. But look, Dynella, I was watching this one through my cricket, and interesting to see. Caversham looked like they were in trouble, but they had Dynella on the ropes early, so well done to them. And the broadcast match last week, Coolbinia, West Perth, at home against Helena Valley. Helena Valley, having made the 4, just struggled a little bit, and perhaps the occasion got to them. All out for 70. No real mentions in terms of batsmen there, fellas. Sorry. Yeah. But Coolbinia, happy Boprai, if you do not mind. Happy by name, happy by nature.
Happy a lot. I'm pretty sure when you broadcast Happy, he makes runs.
Even when I'm not there, he makes runs.
Yeah, definitely. Happy 72. Out of a team score of 138. That's a great performance, and hopefully they looked after him, because again, he's made more than Helena Valley did as well. So, but to set the game up 138, you probably think that's not a great score, but. It showed you pretty good. Was the ground pretty slow there at Coolbinia?
Well, it was interesting because it was almost like a 2-day game, because Coolbinia came out and it was 4.5 overs before there was a run on the board.
Oh, okay.
So I'm thinking, not sure this is the way to go about this, but then just batted solidly throughout.
Yeah.
Players supporting Happy in there, and in the end, 138, talk about runs on the board. Well, that was enough. And Jai Arachiji with 3 for 19, Nav Tor with 3 for 12, and rounding out the bowlers for Coolbinia, Samuel Friend 2 for 17. This week, mate, top two sides, Coolbinia at home against Caversham, umpires Harik and Terry.
Good to see Harik back there. Yep, that's good.
Evenly split again. It'll come down to who can get the runs on the board early, I think. If you win the toss.
Yeah, I think if you win the toss, you have a bat, you put the runs on the board, and that you never know what's going to happen there. It's you can build a lot of pressure. Definitely in the grand finals, you've already mentioned, a bit more pressure on the players, and you never know if you get up to that 160. That's a pretty big score in a one day final.
Yeah, well done to both sides there. B grade, mate. Look, interesting. Dianella finished on top, minor premiers, but they went down, and Midland also knocked out of the B division one-day competition. So this week we'll come to the scores of last week in a sec. This week it's Les Murdy Mazenod v Coolbinia. Les Murdy Mazenod last week 9 for 143. Buster Arnott 36 not out.
Yeah, Buster's definitely not known for his batting, Buster, but he's got them over the line there. That game went right down to the wire, right into the last few overs. As you said, Midlands hit 141, then 9 down for 143. Buster's got 36 not out. So well done to Buster. He's had a pretty good game there, also taken 3 for 22. So, yeah, Buster, he'd be pretty happy with himself, I reckon. 36 not out.
Well, why wouldn't you be? If you top score, top bowl, semi-final, had to have got the man of the match, and if not, I'll follow that up this week for you.
And even for Les Moody's made the final. It was a good season for Midland. Midland, they got promoted up to second grade, and they had a really good season. So well done to Midland. You definitely can't be disappointed with a 13-8 season at all. So really well done to those boys.
Look, the other match there, Coolbinia, 2 strong, 8 for a 187. Glenn Weldon with 51, Barndon 50, Baker 30. While Dianella all out 123, Mahmood with 53 not out, and Trent George Kennedy taking 3 for 18 there for Coolbinia, along with Ben McInnes 3 for 29 and Bassett 2 for 17.
Coolbinia probably, if you look at the ladder there were 6 games behind Dianella, and they've ended up knocking off in a semi-final. And Coolbinia goes into the grand final for both A division and B division. They had a great season, Coolbinia. I think we're going to mention them also in D division as well. So, congratulations to Coolbinia, going great guns off the field and on the field as well. So, very strong club at the moment, Coolbinia.
And just before we move off Coolbinia, just a reminder, please, over our shoulders, big thanks to, finally, with a week to go, 2 new shirts in the broadcast studio here, thanks to Coolbinia West Perth. He's going, where's the other one that's behind him? Helena Valley over there.
Down the bottom there. Sorry, my big frame's blocking it up.
Both sides again coming up and presenting me with those. So thank you for the love, fellas. All right, C grade, mate.
C grade. Okay, so
this one's an interesting one because City Beach have come from nowhere. They were outside the 4 2 weeks ago. They've leapfrogged into the 4, and they've now beaten last week. Who'd they beat? Yokai and Pilbara.
Yeah, so talking about looking in the ladders, Yokai and Pilbara, 18 wins, 2 losses and a draw. City Beach, 9 wins for the season, and now they're in a grand final. So well done to City Beach. So we'll go straight through that game. City Beach batted first, 9 for 153. Everyone shared the runs around a little bit there. Kroom was the best with 25. Sharma 3 for 32 and Singh 2 for 20 for City for Yokai. And you probably think 153, not a bad score, as we said, into one day. You can put the pressure on. Yokai, what's happened? Last 3 weeks they've just forgotten how to bat. All out for 94. Burke got 25 on out, but it was Shane Haddard 5 for 18 and Jordan Brock 2 for 31. So well done to the City Beach boys. Great performance.
And they posted a video up on their socials as well. They were filming it. And it's great to see because that's what it's all about, community sports. And wherever you are this weekend, if you're at a match, doesn't matter what it is, get some photos, get some footage, If you're brave enough, grab an interview or two, post it up on your socials, tag us, and we can share that with the world, especially after wins, celebrations, songs, presentations, that sort of stuff.
That's a great idea, no? So I think I think most, if you are watching and your club's in a grand final, get it on there, because that'd be a great memory to share across community sports. I know it does.
And the umpires for this one, mate, Aaron and Paul. I've given up on surnames by this stage.
Aaron and Paul. All right.
Aaron
Beck?
Yes.
Yeah, he's a new umpire, had a very good season. So well done to Aaron. And Paul Gill, is it?
I'm going to say yes. I'll just say yes.
Paul Gill, all right, good work. All right. The other team in there is Carlo, who's had a very good season. If you look at their percentage, 2.33, it's a killer. They did it pretty easy. Rolled Bayswater Posters for 92. Spiroski 28, Duckett 26, Tom Kingsley 3 for 12, Des David, normally a avid watcher, 2 for 7, and Braden Kingsley 2 for 17. And they did it pretty easy there. Phil Pipe 40 not out, and only 4 down when Carlisle passed the score. So I'm going to say Carlisle's going to go in favourites.
You'd have to think so.
Definitely at home, but City Beach, it'd be nice to see that maybe they've got. Maybe the water over there in the western suburbs. I saw on the weekend, Subi Maris in the Waska won 7 premierships.
What the?
7 premierships. They won
one club.
One club, 7 premierships. So, 7 teams won 9 premierships over the year, but they won a lot on the weekend. And maybe that western suburbs might be something in the water. Maybe City Beach can maybe go on, maybe drinking that kind of water, and they're going to get there when they're in a premiership as well. So,
wow,
well done.
Be interesting to see. Well, good luck to both. Obviously, we're neutral, but based on ladder, as you say, Carlisle. Yeah. But City Beach, nothing to lose, and really, any side that's coming from not in the higher position this weekend can just go out there.
No pressure.
No pressure at all. Enjoy themselves and maybe steal the thunder.
Yeah.
All right, D grade. Coolbinia and Ferndale are in the grand final. They finished 1 and 2. They beat SKLP and Darlington respectively. Coolbinia 9 for 202 there. Candy 86, Hearns 51. While SKLP just a bit like Yokine seemed to have forgotten how to bat. All out for 90 there. Yeah. Patel 40, Gareth Lander Elst 3 for 21, and Dave Hallows, the man who knows everything, 2 for 14. Looking at the bowlers, Harani 5 for 37 there, and Chabadidaya 2 for 40 for SKLP, but that was not enough.
Yeah, so Coolbinia, as we said, A division, B division, D division. That's their top 3 sides next year. Probably finishing top 2 and making the grand final. They could have 3 teams in the top 3 grades of one-day cricket, but the club must be flying if they're all winning. So I'm sure there's good Saturday nights back at the club. The bar takings are probably flying at the moment. But yeah, Ferndale again, this is their second side into the finals as well, into a grand final. Yeah, a bit too good for Darlington on the weekend. But yeah, both clubs I think are going great guns, and this should be an absolute ripper there down at Ferndale number 2. So
I was going to say, where is this? Ferndale number 2.
Yep, so.
Speaking of Darlington, before we move on, happy birthday to their social media organizer out there. Big happy birthday to Shannon Taylor. Although apparently she celebrates not birthdays but birth months. So
nice.
Why not if you can do it? Umpires this time, Daniel and Mark. Good luck to you guys. Congratulations on getting a final. I know how, as an umpire, I used to love looking forward to trying to get a final, but too many people paying too many people to not have me umpire them.
I think it was a little bit harder in the old Swan Arena because we probably had 25 umpires trying to fit him into 8 positions. No, so but again, I'm sure you would have done I'm sure you would have done a final in your time.
Yeah, 1 or 2.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But look, all right, let's get into E grade because time is moving on. And just a reminder, as plenty of people have done already, if you've got a comment or a shout out, drop them in the stats there. E grade.
Oh, yep.
Belmont up against Midland. Midland in the E grade having some good form here, Peasy.
Yep.
Defeating Mundaring. Unfortunately for Ryan and the boys up there, Josh Gow no longer able to be celebrated on the show, but Brad Saunders, 73. He's come into some good form of late.
Yeah, he's had a very good year for Midland. Brad Saunders, both with the bat and the ball. 73, good score in the final. Bit of pressure, and the young fella stood up there. I think he's pretty sure he's the captain of that side as well. Yeah. So yeah, 176, very big score in a final with some very experienced bowlers in their side. Midland, it was always going to be hard for the young Mundaring side, and Mundaring all out for 85. So disappointing for Mundaring, but I think they're going in the right direction. Mundaring, a lot of young fellas at the club. They'll consolidate next year and again be trying to push for that top 2 position again.
Well, you'd think so.
And then in the other group,
before you move on, Brad wasn't the only gun. Saunders. Old man Keith there.
Oh, yeah, 5 for 42, so well done.
And Brad taking 2 for 15 as well. Saunders 7 for 57 there, enough to decimate the Mundaring side, really. Next game, PC. Sorry, mate. Just had to give him a shout.
Sorry about that. All right, and then Belmont played Dianella at P Park as well, so they had the double header, and they're going to have the double header again this week. Belmont 131, not a great score, but as you said, runs on the board. Bot 27. Good performances with the ball for Dianella. Graham Lloyd 4 for 16. Drake 3 for 12, and Shane Barros 2 for 22. But yeah, Dianella all out for 93. Barros couldn't continue his average of 100 all through this season. He got 28. No other support, and then the Belmont boys shared the wickets around there. Marriott 3 for 14. Ian Brown 3 for 22. Emmett 2 for 2, and G Emmett 2 for 2, and J Emmett 2 for 16. So well done to the boys from Belmont. As we said, they're both 2 teams and both in the grand final and both at home. So well done to them.
Well done to them. Look, tough one here. As a 6056 man, I'd probably like Midland to win because I've got that connection. But interesting to see the main umpire this weekend at this game, Matty O'Mara, executive turned umpire.
Yep. Matty and Dave. And I hope it's not me because I'm playing in the game, but I want to be there, Matt.
That's why we need our stats people back. If anyone out there can volunteer time, so Dave doesn't think it's him umpiring.
But no, I think it'll be a close game. I'm going to say close game. Midland's definitely had a good second half of the year. Belmont's been up and about. I think they were really flying at the start of the year. Been pretty consistent still. I'm on the fence of that one there now. I'm not too sure which way that will go.
Yeah, look, for the sake of sport, let's hope it's a good one. Let's go that way. Yeah. All right, F grade, just a couple of 3 grades to go. We love them all. Western Wolves and Carlisle progressing after top of the table. Minor Premiers Brabham. Again, another side out in straight sets, mate.
Yes, yep. So Brabham again hit 173. Probably pretty happy with that score, to be honest.
You would be.
Yeah, Matar 50 and Rakotti 32. But Carlisle 2 for 177. Very good performances there. Parsons 61 on Higgins 53 and Rickard 43. Not out. Too good for the Brabham boys. So Brabham couldn't get the breakthroughs, and well done. So Carlisle very, very well done there. They've come from 4th to get into that grand final.
Well done there. And it just shows the consistency across the club. We've spoken about AC and F grade there as well. So good form. Western Wolves, too strong for Les Murdy-Mazenod. Les Murdy not able to get all 4 sides in. This was, if I go back to my sheet earlier, I think the only side for Les Murdy-Mazenod that missed out. So the F Troop, unlucky fellas. Going down to Western Wolves, 7 for 184. The Wolves, White 37, Murphy 35. While Les Murdy-Mazenod all out 181. Again, a good score that you'd think it'd be all right.
Yeah.
The old man Craig Mitchell 40. Corbett with 2 for 2 though. Nathan 2 for 33. Too strong than the best of the bowlers for Les Murdy. Well, Lockyer 2 for 15 really there.
Western Wolves, well done to them. First year in the competition, finished 2nd. It's pretty close competition that F grade, and then now going on to play or host the grand final. So well done to Western Wolves, and they'll be hopefully looking to put their first flag on the wall.
For Carlisle's sake, let's hope it's not a full moon this Saturday. All right. So the umpires here, I did actually write their full names down. It is Ken Gillingham, and I was interested in this one. Chris Lewis, has he come back from football career to umpire cricket?
No, not the same Chris Lewis.
Not the same Chris?
No, but yeah, good to see two umpires down in F grade as well. So Chris Lewis, I think last year was Chris Lewis and Daniel Kerr. I thought they were having a bit of a lend on us. But that's all right. Yeah, two totally different people, not West Coast Eagles players.
All right, and a big shout out again as it comes across. Thanks to ID Athletic and Vision Decor for their continued support, including this weekend. Peasy, just 2 grades to go. G grade, mate.
G grade, we had Scarborough, who's been the form team of the year. Again, lost the first 2, haven't lost a game since. Kept Coolbini to 103. Probably not going to win too many finals, 103. Bra got 41. Andy Holmes, 3 for 17. And then Scarborough, 4 for 106. Xavier van der Huizen got 30. And then Chris Murphy, 28 not out. So that's a bit Western Huizen.
West Ties.
So Scarborough, definitely the form team there will be going in favourites at Bennett Park. And in the other game,
Dianella didn't have much to chase really. Bayswater all out 68. No batting scores there because they were a bit embarrassed. Ikram with 3 for 5, Ahmed 2 for 10, and Maha Saran 2 for 13. While for Bayswater, they got to 7 for 70, so they got it, but just.
Yep.
And Bussamaker with 5 for 26, doing some damage there for Basie.
7 for 70, not a convincing score for going into the next final. So
Scarborough?
I think Scarborough will have to be going in there. Dianella would want to turn that form around if they're a chance, but I think Scarborough's the team to win there, and they'll be going up to F-grade, I'm guessing.
Now, we've got a couple of umpires here. Old Cliff Savage, he's been around a while. Love your work, Cliffy. But Dobbo has transformed himself.
Yeah, Phil Dobson, he's been umpire. He's kind of done it part-time the last few years, and he didn't get a grand final last year, so he'll be definitely happy to get a grand final. Going out to the beach there at Scarborough, he might go and have a run on the beach before the game.
Bo Derek style.
Get the old the budgie smugglers out, get the body out, and then come and umpire. So he doesn't mind a little bit of
City Beach, you're on notice. Avoid the beach.
Didn't mind the blonde tips back in his day, Phil Dobson. So
I can't comment on that. I spent a whole year with them.
So good luck to the umpires there, and good luck to both sides. We'll get into the H grade.
This one should be a ripper, mate.
So we had Middle Swan last week. So Middle Swan finished top. They've got the win done. I've got the win done. Got the win.
We got the win done.
Win done. All right. I think that might be a winery down in the Mug River region. Middle Swan 947. Justin Kiggett 29. Kingley 29. So not bad little scores there. It was too good for SKLP. 111. Kang 3 for 15. He's the captain now. I'm pretty sure there. Yeah. And Hamish McNichol, who's had a magnificent season. 2 for 15. Well done there. So and they are playing Les Murdy.
I know, Les Murdy Mazenod defeating Ferndale. No info there. Ferndale all out 120. Les Murdy Mazenod 7 down for 147. Umpires for this match, Doug Cornish and Darren Hart. Look, obviously I'm tipping. I'm actually commentator's curse. I don't like tipping my own team. Middle Swan.
I think it'll be close.
This one is at Jackman though.
They have to avoid the soccer goals.
No, we had them removed.
All right, that's good.
For those unaware, the council put soccer goals on our field the other week.
Yeah, councils are good at maybe tip for councils, communicate with your clubs, and find out when the season actually finishes. Because good work to this one.
But look, with our top side, 3rd grade away, this is a home final for our H grade. So.
Jack Mann.
Yes, Jack Mann. And my philosophy, as much as I love Les Murdy, any team, I don't care who you are. I've said it before. On your home deck, and that's what our top side did last week.
Yep, got it done.
Get it done. Go down fighting. You're not out of it. And we've seen collapses. We've spoken about them today. You are not out of it till that final ball or final run has been done. So I'm going Middle Swan at home.
I see on the fence.
Yeah, chicken.
I think it'll be close, that game.
Not too close, I hope. Unlike the Hawthorn score, I hope it's in my favour this weekend.
Yeah, well, that definitely wasn't close.
That wasn't close. Now, PZ, before we get into it, we spoke no awards in finals.
No, my sponsors don't give me enough awards for the year. No, thank you to the sponsors anyway. Thank you to Autobarn in Midland there. Thank you to Slater Guttural Sports on Helena Street in Midland as well. If you need a car service, ring up Autobarn. If you need any cricket gear or footy gear or whatever sport you play in the off season, head down to Slater Guttural in Midland. They'll look after you. So, cheers for both those sponsors getting on board again, and hopefully we'll have them next year. All the awards will be handed out at the awards night at the Crown, which is on the 31st of March. I was going to say the 1st then, but that's a Saturday. So
April Fool.
Friday night at the Crown should be a great night. You haven't got your tickets, maybe it might be too late, but maybe if you're really nice to
I haven't got mine yet.
I'm sure we'll be able to sneak into a ticket. Send you a ticket now onto on the executive table. Maybe you get to sit up with the big wigs.
That's right. You can put me there to start with, but I'll be everywhere. Peasy, from an association perspective, obviously all games will start at 12:30 again this week. Viewers with 2 umpires in charge, they'll be right on top of the drinks and breaks and things like that. But any other things that clubs or people out there should be aware of? Presentations, drawn matches? What's the deal?
Okay, so drawn matches, the top team wins. There's no super overs or anything like that. So if you finished on top, you get the win. So a tie or a draw. So that's the advantage of winning finishing on top. You get the home final as well. Just make sure that your boundary lines are marked. The creases are clearly marked. We don't want to have those incidents where, couldn't quite set the line properly.
Yeah.
We just make sure you do that. As you mentioned, drinks, afternoon tea still, 2 umpires there, so that's going to help the game. If your club, not every club has every team playing in the final, so if you can get a scorer, that also helps. Definitely for these games, having someone who can concentrate in the game, not having to worry, oh shit, we lost 2 wickets, I've got to quickly go pad up, and then we forget, like we had that on the. I'm going to have a crack at one of the Swan View boys. So I've jumped on the scorebook after I've batted on the weekend, and I know which bowler was bowling. But SKP had the 12 players, so they were rotating the fielders off. And I get onto the iPad and I'm looking at the bowler and I'm going, the bowler's sitting next to me, and apparently he's bowled the last 3 overs from one end. The bowler's bowling left arm. The new now. So I'm like, boys,
change your bowling technique.
If he's bowling, if a bloke's bowling right arm, and then a left arm bowler comes, he's probably a change of bowler. So just make sure. Again, it's easy to fix on the iPad, but just make sure
work
together. Have a look at the game, watching the game. So that's what I'm saying. If you've got spare people around your club this week because not everyone's in the grand final, good to get a neutral, or not a neutral, but get a scorer who's not involved playing in the match. Then they can maybe take pay a bit more attention to the game. So, and if you can live score this, it could be great to have. I think most games were done last week. I think there was only maybe 2 or 3 games last weekend which weren't live scored. So if you can get those live scores, then if you're at another ground, you can see what's happening. I know when I should be out there supporting my team. I know when I get out from batting, I'll get on and have a look at what's going on in the other grounds before I've calmed down and go back outside the trade rooms.
And as the broadcaster viewers, I have to say that's very helpful for me as well. If I look to go around the grounds, and now with the broadcast band, thanks to ID Athletic and Vision Decor, I have the capacity to actually run a few screens and things, so I can give updates as well across the grade. So don't just rely on me. Comment in our feed because it is live this weekend, 12:30. Saturday and Sunday.
Yep, so the first 4 grades, Saturday, Sunday. So up there, only 70 overs still, not like the old days when we used to extend the day's play on the weekends.
Yeah.
But
all right, look,
past those days.
Best of luck to everyone. Look, there's been plenty of clubs, as I just turned that over, that have made. There's the page I'm looking for.
14 clubs, still got teams in grand finals. So good luck to all those clubs. Hopefully.
Let's just quickly run through them.
Okay, all right.
Good luck to Les Moody Mazenod, Ferndale, Coolbinia, Dianella, Swanview have got a couple in, Carlisle 3 out of 3, Belmont, Caversham with one side still in, the mighty Middle Swan 2, Midland with 1, Bayswater both knocked out, University, City Beach, Western Wolves and Scarborough, all the sides and clubs competing this weekend. Best of luck to each of you.
Good luck. Good luck. Look after yourselves in your celebrations or your commiserations. Look after your mates. Make sure if someone's had too much to drink, they don't jump in a car and drive home. All look after yourselves, because we don't want to hear any bad stories next Friday when we're at the Crown. So let's make sure, celebrate hard, but celebrate safe.
And that's just to wrap it up. There's David from Carlisle, 3rd grade there. We'll wrap it up, Peasy. On behalf of Dave and myself, Noelzy Johnston, it is the second last week, Peasy. We're back for an abridged grand final season wrap-up ahead of the wind-up next week.
Yep. I might have to talk to you after the show about that. But,
okay. It might be me and someone else by the sound of that.
Maybe. Definitely. If we're going to do it on Wednesday, I probably can't make it now. But
so if anyone's available, Ryan. Put the call out there to Ryan.
If he wants to do it again, he'll definitely do a good job. He'll be all over the My Cricket Stats.
Yep, he will. And look, best of luck to everyone wherever you are. Each and every week we say it and we mean it just as we do each and every time. Take care of yourself. Be nice to yourself. And more importantly, be nice to those around you. Peasy, good luck to you on the weekend. I mean that genuinely.
Thank you very much. And
because you're not playing Middle Swan, are you?
By the weekend.
Well, I've heard there's some selection dramas because a few players at Swanview going up and down and not being selected because of purple circles and love and unlove.
Oh, I'm not too sure about that. I haven't heard any of those rumours at all, but there's a possibility. That's
I'm
good.
Just dropping a few seeds in there.
I just looked away. I did have a look at the Bomb website. I'm guessing that rain will stay away. It's 25% chance on the Sunday, but hopefully it stays away.
Well, the broadcast fans had an update. Thanks to Annandale Sheet Metal, we've now got weather protection from the rain, so won't worry me. And I had a little cross season I needed. All right, that is officially a wrap. Ryan said he'll talk to me as well. Plenty of people want to talk to me. If you want to talk with me this Saturday and Sunday, there is still a spot available for a commentator. Unfortunately, the plan A, B, and C have fallen through. So don't think of yourself as a D. Think of yourself as the new A. All right, Peasy, good luck, mate.
Thank you.
Take care, viewers.